Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Here's Powell on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here come the Falcons, and at the helm, their starting quarterback since the day he was drafted back in 2008. Their all-time leading passer, Matt Ryan.
This past offseason was one where the Atlanta organization continued to build around their quarterback, Matt Ryan, because he can still throw the rock. Fifth in the NFL in passing yards last year with better than 4,400. He's a guy who knows how to get the ball to his guys on the perimeter and take care of it, even when he's under duress in the pocket. Sacked 48 times last year.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second and 14. Now a handoff for Gurley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's got room. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. Airing it out. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards.
Come on now. First and goal at the 1-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after one. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And the keeper, here's Ryan. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in, and they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run.
For Atlanta.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU. Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
When you read off Joe Burrow's numbers his last year at LSU, they almost don't even seem correct. I mean, 76% of his passes complete. That's the second best all-time at the collegiate level. Ended up throwing 60 touchdown passes, accounted for 65 touchdowns, and only threw 6 interceptions and won a national championship. Joe Burrow is not just a terrific player. He has that it factor as well, and that's what they're counting on in Cincinnati.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, CD, I want to fit in your preseason predictions here. This is now our 5th year together in the booth. Hard to believe time flies, but it's an annual tradition that you tell us how you think things are going to shape up in each conference. Let's start with your thoughts on the AFC.
All right, let's start in the East. I like the Bills. In the South, I like Indianapolis despite their loss on opening day. In the North, I like Baltimore. And out West, of course, I like Kansas City. For wild cards, I like the Chargers coming out of the West. I think that in the East, New England is going to get the nod. And then out of the North, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Remember, we got that extra team in the playoffs this year. And then when the playoffs break down, I do think it's going to come down to Baltimore and Kansas City in the AFC. And Baltimore, by a nose, goes to the Super Bowl.
And just to be different from you, I like your conference championship matchup. I'll take Mahomes and the Chiefs heading back to the Super Bowl yet again.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But in the defense...
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Carl Lawson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Good shot, good shot.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down. Here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Now it's Wilson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And his throw is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see, New Orleans in the South, and out West, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think 2 are come from out West. Arizona and Seattle. And the third wild card, I think it's going to come from the South, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl champs, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran Breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one in a Super Bowl classic.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
There's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38 on the handoff. It's Gurley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
12 yards there and a first down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the fullback now. It's Keith Smith. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Another carry now for Gurley. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
Bengals 2.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
John Ross, incomplete. Jamonte Casey on the coverage.
Second and 10. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Damontae Kazee. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
Tonight.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.